Welcome back to the Tydirium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another question. And I'm asking you, what's your opinion? Do you think knockoffs of Masterpiece Transformers help or hurt Transformer collectors? And I'm going to tell you my opinion, my beliefs, and kind of some of my experiences. So the first thing I want to talk about is what kind of got me started in all this. And I think back in '02, I ended up buying some Easter baskets for like $2.50 on clearance that had these changeable robots. And I didn't even notice it because I wasn't really looking to buy Easter baskets, but they were on clearance. And I was like, well, maybe I get some candy out of the deal or something. And I noticed that these looked like exact G1 representations. And they're knockoffs. And first off, I thought, well, how could they do that legally? But they looked so close to the ones I had as a kid. Only to get them home and find out that they were really cheap knockoff versions that fell apart. No die cast, obviously, all plastic. And I thought, well, that's how they produce them so cheap, no die cast. But then they fused some parts together, so there's even less transformable parts. In fact, some of these don't even have arms that come out. And so these two are two of, I think I bought a total of 4 or 5. I got a Devastator that I opened up, and then I was thinking maybe I'll just snap them up for just extra little pieces, like, an extra foot or something in case I missed on one of mine. This one here, I got this one at I think Tuesday Morning just a few years ago, and it's gotten even cheaper and even less that you can do with it. So let me show you real quick my first experience with this KO stuff. So this is an official Devastator. This is the KO version. You see there's no die cast, it's plastic. Then, of course, this one is my junker one that I'm trying to fix up. But you see how it's got some chrome-looking pieces in there. It has a little bit of metal to it. And in the same spot, this has no chrome whatsoever at all. Just really poorly. Just all painted green. So my setup, my expectation for KO was based off these toys. Junk. KO was junk. So fast forward to the first release of the very first Masterpiece Transformer. And it is Optimus Prime. At the time, they weren't selling anything on store shelves that was G1. This was it. Everything else was RID, Robots in Disguise, or, we're coming off of the Beast Wars, Beast machines and all that stuff in the late 90s. So the early 2000s, this was all there was that was G1 representation at all available. And he was good. He was good. I would say great for the time, and I really liked mine, and really wanted to have a few people to accompany it. But there really was nothing else coming out of for the U.S. market. Then they started coming out with for the $50 price point. So this guy was $63. Then at $50 price point, you could get pretty much all the Seekers around $50 on the first Seeker mold, the MPO3, and then for $60, which is more than the Seekers were selling at Walmart, they came out with the Carbots. So for the price and for the size, I was dead set against buying these. I was not going to get Carbots at all. I mean, I thought they look cool, but they're too small. I want 12-inch. I want 12-inch figures, and didn't scale at all. I still don't think they scale well with MPO9. They were just too small, and I still think this one's too small, to tell you the truth. These are too small for this guy. So that was my hang-up till KOs came along. So I finally, in like 2013, bought my first KO figure, and it was this guy. And actually, I have to admit, this, out of all the KOs at the time, was pretty much the best built mold. The other molds seem kind of floppy. Prowl, floppy. And these are officially KOs, official KOs. They're knockoffs. And so that helped me get into the realm. So that's how KOs have helped me. They helped me out with dipping my toe into something I never would have dipped my toe in. Another way KOs have helped me is to realize what I really want is a shelf of the 12-inch or 12-inch sized or scaled, collection scaled figures. And seeing as how much better the 12-inch Wei Zhang version of MP10 looks than the MPO1. MPO1, he has his merit, but MP10 beats it. And actually they fixed the one thing I hated about MP10 and why I put them back when I first had them in my hands was the bulky legs, and they fixed it. So Weijing fixed that. And also I've got back here an Ironhide back there, and haven't really dug into that yet. I'm gonna spend some time with that, but and I'll do a 12-inch video once I get enough that I feel like it's worthwhile. Another funny thing about the KOs is that I bought them for my collection to fill holes, and then when I filled the hole, I just kind of left them there, and then I'm like, let me go ahead and sell it. And I'm always way late to selling stuff, and so I usually miss out. But in the case of a Voltron that was like a Chinese knockoff Voltron that had all different colorings, that thing went for like 150. And then I had, which was like 3 times what I paid for it. And then I had another one of these guys, but it was based off the MP10 mold and sold really well, so I made a little money on that. So KOs have helped me make a little bit of money. So now on to the bad, or how it hurts me. I bought a few extra. I would always buy one extra after, I think, was it Grimlock that shot up to like $300. And I didn't open mine because I was looking on eBay thinking maybe I'll get a second one to open, one to keep in the box. And that's always how I've collected, is one to open, one to keep in the box. And then they were like $300. I was like, oh, forget that. I paid $75 for my Grimlock in Toys R Us. And so, that one shot up. So I thought, well, I'll get a second of each release and sell the other one. And I did that, and that kind of helped me out down the road. Well, I went ahead and went a little crazy on Soundwave simply because of the cassettes, the tapes, because of how expensive the tapes are. And my plan was to use them for trades, maybe sell one, trade a couple, but I wanted to have at least 2 on. I wasn't going to get rid of too many of them. But the market fell out of them when everybody everybody was knocking this guy off now. He was as popular as the MP10 mold, so you could get him real cheap as a knockoff. Now the knockoff's going to be flop, flop, floppy. I don't own a knockoff of him because I didn't need to own a knockoff of him because they made them available in a store in my area. If they're available in a store in my area, I'm just going to go drive down there and pay $60 and buy it, or in his case, $90 on sale or whatever. But this is the first time it really started hurting me. And then I acquired a couple extra Grimlocks down the road, and now KO Oversize, Reximus Prime, and all of them, they are more to scale, I guess you'd say, than what Takara did. Now I have a set of knockoff tapes, simply because I actually was intending to give them to my kids, but when I fiddled with them to transform them and put them in places, they were falling apart on me. And even though they're KOs, I couldn't let my kids have them and turn them into 50 million pieces. They're not solid. The masterpieces already are delicate, but the KOs are super delicate and fall apart and break too easy. The next thing I want to talk about is the impact it has on the companies, which makes a negative impact on us. So the rumor is that Takara is doing the mini bots, but there hasn't been one picture show up. There has been no official announcement. And my belief is that after Sunstreaker, that $120 price point, and this is priced high because they feel they have to because of the KOs. They're going to produce less and sell at a higher price because they know the KO's coming and everyone's waiting for the KO. And that is an issue. So we're going to get less product from them. And they have the ability to put out a product such as this guy right here and just make all third party worthless and useless. You get him. I don't know if Sunstreaker did or not. I haven't picked him up. I'm going to catch him on sale. I know I'll catch him on sale for like $90. So I'm just waiting for that, and I'll get the official one on sale. And I always do. But these mini bots here, I think they look great made by third party. But what if we could get officials that just were re-engineered and blew these out of the water? That's something that we could get, but the KO market is hurting it. By the way, I've got 2 versions of KO Masterpiece, Megatron, MP36. I got a third one coming in. There's a 4th one I'm not even going to touch, but I'm going to do a review on the 3 of them and the differences and my take on it, because I've seen some videos and I'm having them firsthand, my impression's a lot different than what I've been hearing. So with nowadays the KOs having increased quality, also like the Trax was increased in quality. You also have well, they're gonna take this MP36 mold with the infant transformations and the Toy House Factory, and they're actually gonna up it a bit, and they're doing over coating so you don't get paint chipping, which the original actually has paint chipping, and so there's a clear coat that's on the infant transformation that's gonna keep it from chipping, and then of course the fact that you're getting the 12-inch scale, which is what I want. So all of that makes it really hard for Takara to put any money down on making a new one. So what I want to point out is we haven't gotten official Hound, we haven't gotten official Jazz. There's a lot of main characters from G1 that would sell extremely well that they haven't made yet. And maybe it's because they won't translate into 5 different figures. You can always do a G1, G2 repaint, do whatever you want with that. But not are they just going to let third party scratch that itch first? What are we doing here? So I'm really concerned that Takara's pretty much done with G1, and with their moving on to Beast Wars and some other stuff. I don't know. I think KO has really caused a negative impact in the market that way. Enjoy the positives that you can, and like, subscribe. Titanium Hanger out.